Blessed is the man that worketh not in the counsel of the heathen, and sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord. And in this law that see I did sunrise and sundown. Him a go day like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him leaf never a go wither, and whatsoever him do shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now they saw them there like a chaff, which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon the judgment of the sin among them in the congregation of the righteous for the Lord God. Jah! Love the way of the righteous and the way of the sinner man them always and always. I will perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Jah! Where twos and threes meet in the name of the Most High Jah. That's so Jaja de. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain same way. If Jaja never watch upon them same house we build for you, the watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks and I says unto your name, King of kings and Lord of lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. Amasa Yehuda, Yehuda Amasa, Negusto Negusto Daniel Am, Koma ya Sataya. Aimana Pio 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 Aya. Kedama we gruma be tela e. Remember, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High Jah shall therein abide under the shadow of the Almighty. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. In my name, Blakk Rasta. Now in every African home, traditional, there is a black pot. Each time it sits on the fire, you can imagine everything in the world. Beautiful, positive, that can happen around this beautiful pot. We put all our differences aside, come together in unity as a family, eat from the same pot. If one man is poisoned, the whole family is poisoned. If one man prospers, the whole family prospers. It's full of nutrition and it's full of sumptuousness. My brother, my sister, now there is a symbolical significance of the black pot. You know what it is? When the black pot sits on the fire, ingredients of different colors, shapes, sizes, taste, smells, all come together in the same pot. Asked to be subjected to some heating. In unity, they produce one homogeneous product known as food to nourish our beautiful bodies and also to take us to the next level of peace and unity in sumptuousness. That's the same symbolism we are applying to our beautiful continent of Africa. Let's put all our differences aside. It doesn't matter the color and shade of our skin. What matters most is that we agree to be the sacrificial lambs for our continent to develop. Just as the ingredients would agree to be subjected to a certain amount of heat. That heat for us is the sacrifice, the sweat and toil, in order to see the next generation develop. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunumo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Hear me now. In this segment, we normally do not criticize, but if we must criticize, we would only just criticize to build and not to destroy. And remember, we are in the service of God and country. It's all about our people, our continent, our land. We don't talk politics. What we talk is called patriotism. Pick our numbers from off the screen. Call us. You can send us a WhatsApp message or a WhatsApp call. Tell us what business you're doing. How can we promote your business? Tell us what budget you have. Do business with us. Give us the financial muscle to be able to rewire the minds of our people. The mindset is the problem of the African and not necessarily a problem of schools and roads and hospitals. The mindset. We are live on Pan-African TV, Africa's only Pan-African TV. We are masters of Pan-Africanism on TV. We are also live on Ghana Web TV. We are also live on Blakk Empire TV. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Now let's kickstart the whole thing. Number one to look at today is interesting. 1948 riots eminent in Ghana. What happened in 1948? You remember that it all culminated into the Christiansborg Castle Crossroads shooting. Sergeant Ajete, Atipo, and all those wonderful people. We have a documentary coming up. We'll show it in, just a week or two from now. My brother, my sister. 1948 riots in Accra here sparked up the biggest independence discourse. It was one of the riots that pushed this country into independence, undoubtedly. What happened in 1948? When people came all the way from Burma and some other places, ex-servicemen who had fought for the British did all they could to defend the cause of the British, the interest of the British, and all their promises never came to them. Whatever the British promised to give to them never materialized. And they decided that it was time to go out there and speak with the governor at that time. My brother, my sister, they were met with bitterness and rancor. It spread all over the place, and they started to loot shops owned by foreigners, shops in and around Accra, because there was hardship. So much difficulty in the country. People could not find food. People were struggling. The only rich people at that time were foreigners. Lebanese, Syrians, Indians, the British, Americans, and those people. They were those who were rich. The indigenous were poorer and poorer by the second. The times now. But I'm not the person saying that. Who is saying that? Former Minister of Gender. That's it. Nana Oyelita. That's it. In the Mahama government, she served as the Minister of Gender, Children, and Social Welfare. I met her in her office when we were trying to do some kind of, donation to some people in the society. She is saying that she got divorced recently. She used to be the wife of Anthony Lita, a stalwart lawyer in the country who is a member of the NDC, the party that is in opposition right now. My brother, my sister, people thought she had been quiet, but she has sparked up a new conversation. Watch this. Signs of 1948 riots are looming. Nana Oye. And this, come along, let's read it. Come. Former Gender Minister Nana Oye Bampo-Addo, formerly Nana Oye Lita, says the circumstances that led to the 1948 riots in Accra are currently looming in Ghana. According to the past NDC appointee, the triggers that led to the historic protest can be seen across the country. On the 24th of February 1948, 3 unarmed ex-servicemen were shot during a protest. This infuriated other citizens who took to the streets to call out the colonial regime for its bad leadership and mismanagement. Speaking in an interview on the AM show on Thursday, the gender advocate said the same anger that fueled the 1948 protest is lacking. Hence, the need for government to urgently address the prevailing economic crisis. If you remember the 1948 riots, it seems we are just seeing it being replayed, where the traders were up in arms about the high cost of living and shops were closed. Then it led to Sergeant Ajete and co. marching on the seats of the colonial government, marching on to the seat of the colonial government, with the ramifications of what happened, over 100 people dying, and how the riots all over Ghana went because of the economic situation. And you see it plain, right? History is actually repeating itself, he said. Now, these developments have become very topical, with stakeholders constantly bemoaning the situation. Meanwhile, in the wake of the widespread public agitations about the state of the economy, government maintains that it is working tirelessly around the clock to put the smiles back on the faces of Ghanaians. My brother, my sister, that's why I said before that nobody should be president of this country if they don't know history. When you know history, you are well guided. When you know history, you are able to stand firm and observe situations before they even happen. But it looks like we do not respect history. What Oyelita is saying is nothing but the truth. Shops are being closed down. Kumasi shops are closed down. In Accra, shops are closed down. The IGP is busily moving around. We'll go into detail on that issue. Begging people to open the shops again. My brother, my sister, people are hooting at the president right in the market square. This is worse than 1948. In fact, what Oyelita is saying is nothing but prophetic. The country has descended into doldrums. Because of the arrogance of the president, now he's very hot. He can't sleep. My brother, my sister, the president showed us a lot of arrogance when Ghanaians walked up to him and said, even his own party people, Mr. President, it looks like you need to reshuffle. I'm not going to reshuffle. I'm not going to reshuffle. We have the men and they are okay. I have no reason to sack the finance minister. When all well-meaning Ghanaians, including your closest friends, trusted friends, came up to you and told you that, hey, Mr. President, this direction you are going is going straight into the brick wall. But Mr. President, arrogant and ego-bloated as he is, will not listen to this. Today, this is where we find ourselves. Today, business news, 3FM, 92.7, it said that the cedi has hit 15 Ghana cedis to $1. In January, where were we? 6 cedis. Now, we are in October. November hasn't even come, let alone Christmas. Now you are at the beck and call of the IMF. The IMF is playing games with you. How did we come this far? How did we descend this low? All because we do not respect the citizenry. We take the citizenry for granted. That is why Mr. President has become the biggest hoodlum in the country, the biggest villain in this country. Now he can't even walk in peace. All other presidents in Ghana walk in peace. Mahama can walk around in public. People would like to take photographs with him. Rawlings used to walk around. I have pictures with Rawlings walking out there. I just stopped him and took a photo with him with my children. Let Nana AKUFO-ADDO come out and walk at the market square and see. Let him come out and walk in the market square. Your guess is as good as mine. He's even in a convoy and they are booing him like this. Mr. President, this is the worst time to become president. You hastened and you've wasted the whole thing. Now the country sees you as an enemy. The country sees you as very, very inefficacious. Should I take it again? Your efficacy has gone below zero. Mahama, that you called incompetent, is having the biggest laugh right now. You, the most competent people, are those they are hooting at. Mahama, with all his incompetence, nobody hooted at him. Mahama, with all his incompetence, he was not jeered at when he went to Kumasi. Today, when he goes to Kumasi, they will clap for him. When he goes to Otunfuo, they will clap for him. But you, Bulls will chase you out of the place. Don't you think it's time for you to resign, Mr. President? But remember, the 1948 riots are coming. The 1948 riots. I have said it somewhere before. If this country continues like this, I doubt it, Mr. President, if you would complete your tenure of office in peace. There would be so much noise in your ears, you will run out of the government. The noise will smoke you out of your hole like a mole. You want to hear that rhyme again? If the country continues in this bad stead, the noise will be so inundative that it will smoke you out of your hole like a mole. You are the worst president this country has ever had. I'm so ashamed of you. I have lost it all for you. No wonder Kweku Baku says you've lost your faculties. Maybe we should look at that and quickly relegate you to your retirement chair. In the interim, may you remain the worst president this country has ever had, with all the noise. You see how God has exposed you. If you had never become president, many would have said that, Nana Addo, if we had Nana Addo as president, he would have been the best president. Yes, the best president we never had. But God brought you in and clothed you in disgrace because of your bad mind and evil mind against Nkrumah and the rest. You will go into final retirement in shame. To God be the glory. 1948 riots are coming. Today I sent something out on Facebook. I wanted to look at the screenshot of what I put out. The Wuhan virus vaccine jab President Nana Addo took seems to be messing up his faculties. The man has lost his thinking. Autopilot Ghana. Dash it away. Let's deal with the next thing. Come on. Come here. The next thing I want to look at is going to be quick. If you have a president who has lost his faculties and the country is on autopilot. IMF, Ghana's only savior. Hey, really? So if the IMF doesn't come in, everything is done. At least that's what the government is making us feel right now. IMF, Ghana's only savior, not even Jesus Christ. Then why are you building the cathedral? Why are you building the cathedral? Jesus Christ is our savior, right? The church is our savior. Or is it the mosque? To this president, the cathedral is the savior. Now you are running to the IMF. Is that where Jesus lives? Is that the mountain? Is that the mountain in Israel? Why don't you go to Israel and bring another stone? Go to Israel and bring yet another stone. And let's see what will happen. Come along, come here. My brother, my sister. IMF, Ghana's only savior. Watch the headlines. What is happening in this country? Ghana's only hope to stop cedi depreciation rests with IMF. And this is from a US-based professor of finance. These days we are hearing from all the US. We never used to hear from them. Excuse my language. Their cans have a saying, sebi, 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 sebi. You see, asem tuwa. Asem tuwa. Tuwa benuso. Kwa siabia tumitufu. Sebi, sebi. Anyami na mekai. Asem tuwa. Kwa siakura tumitufu. Kwa siabia tumitufu. In other words, when you are in trouble, any Tom, Dick, and Harry can advise you. Any idiot can advise you. I'm not saying this professor is an idiot, no. I'm just giving you the scenario. Right now, everybody's advising us. Cockroaches are advising us. Rabbits and goats are all advising us. Ghana's only hope to stop cedi depreciation rests with the IMF. US-based professor. Let's see the story. What does it say? Ghana's only hope to stop the free fall of the cedi will depend on an announcement of an economic program with the International Monetary Fund, IMF, US-based Associate Professor of Finance at the Andrews University in Michigan, Professor Williams Pipra, has stated. The cedi hit 13 Ghana cedis to $1 yesterday, October 19, and today as it stands, it is 14 Ghana cedis. In fact, and in the news, this afternoon, 15 Ghana cedis. And it's not even Christmas yet, when exports will be coming in. And you know that you need foreign exchange to be able to bring in exports, right? Imports, I beg your pardon. Right? My brother, my sister. The cedi hit 13 Ghana cedis to $1 yesterday, October 19, 2022. And further surged to 13.75 in just a day. Already, members of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, closed their shops to express their displeasure about the government's handling of the economy. As we have seen that the cedi is fast devaluing against other currencies, the only hope that we have now is to get Ghana into an IMF program. And history gives us this hope that anytime Ghana goes for an IMF program, we see inflation rate becoming stable and reduces. The seasonality of the Ghanaian economy affects all governments, and indeed, the foundation of the Ghanaian economy is very weak, and that is why we have seen the sharp decline and devaluation of the cedi explained. Professor Pipla further expressed the hope that Ghanaians can survive the current inflation rate of 37.2%. My brother, my sister, Pipla has spoken that is the seasonality of the Ghanaian economic brouhaha. Any government who comes will experience it because our economy is weak. Why? In fact, nobody would understand this. You just discovered iron ore. You just discovered lithium in Cape Coast, iron ore in the OT region. Now, as it stands, we have lost all our shares in the biggest gold mine we have here, Anglo Gold Ashanti. My brother, we have diamond, we have bauxite, we have oil in commercial quantities. Why is our economy weak? Is it that we have no brains or what? I don't get it. I don't get it. You keep mining left, right, and center. Today we are hearing that, in fact, illegal mining, aka galamsey or small-scale mining, is responsible for 40% of all our gold produced in this country. Then you better shut down all the gold firms and all that, all the gold mines, so that galamsey will do the whole thing. See how you have destroyed the environment. If small-scale mining is providing 40% of all the gold, then what are all your big gold mines there for? Can you believe this? My brother, my sister, we have collapsed our country, sold it to the Chinese. And today, as it stands, we are all crying. So we are at the beck and call of the IMF. There's nothing we can do. IMF has taken over. Oh, what a sad situation. My brother, my sister, what else can I say? What else can I do? But to just say thank you so much that this is happening. I hope that we will take a final lesson from this. The president is running around. He can't sleep. He knows that he has failed. He has the wackest people in government. People who just wear suit and talk big English and know nothing. Ghana is the country that has the highest prices of food in the whole sub-region. And you have a president who is walking around saying, we are working at it, working at it. Sometimes I wish there was another way to remove this president rather than using the ballot box. In fact, if there was a button that I could press and this president would be out, I'll press it 20 times so that his ghost will also be removed. Why are you destroying this country like this? Look how much respect and honor Ghanaians gave you. Ghanaians believed that this president was going to be able to do it. Every day. Twin calamities. Twin disasters. Russia-Ukrainian war. As if all the bombs were landing in Ghana. Oh, Wuhan virus, coronavirus, he went quickly and took a jab and encouraged Ghanaians to take it. An old man like you. You see where it has gone? That jab has gone to eat up all your brains. You can't think. You still want to be president. If we do not quickly impeach this president, he might walk naked one of these days on the streets. And that will be very shameful. When we return, come. We have more to tell you. Yes, when we return. But I have a code for you. It's on bailout. Can we bail ourselves out? Do we need the IMF to do that? Where are the rich people in this country? Where are the rich Ghanaians who are in other parts of the world? If we all decide to contribute 3 billion, is nothing. It's chicken change. Where are the other African countries that are rich enough? You guys cannot come together and support one country. You have to run to the man you chased out of this country years back in the days of slavery and colonialism. Then you shouldn't even have gone for independence. It's a shame. Hey, wayo!
My name is Waris, but all of you know me as Comedian Waris. I come from a home where cleanliness is not only next to godliness, but a must. We seldom fell ill, and we saved our doctor this headache. At an early age, my mother introduced us to our best gift ever, PJ's Acid Cleaner. PJ's Acid Cleaner kills 99% of all germs and keeps your WCs, marbles, tiles, and concrete floors sparkling new and clean. In fact, you don't need any extra muscle when it comes to PJ's Acid Cleaner. It has all the muscle. When my fiancée, Mamiya, first visited me, I almost lost her. She didn't believe I was single, lived alone, and without a house help. Yet my house had this great fragrance and was always clean. I had to reveal my secret, PJ's Acid Cleaner, my family's greatest gift.
For bulk purchases, please call 0244 624 526 or 0262 233 243.
Luxury home, it's a beauty place for every woman. We do braids, wave caps, weave-ons, nails, pedicure, manicure, waxing, massages. We do everything concerning beauty. So if any lady is thinking about beauty, I believe this is the right place for you to be. Nail training here, we do braids training, we do wave caps installation, we do waxing. I mean, anything that we do, the services that we render here, we also train people. So if you want to be a master in nails, if you want to be a professional nail technician, this is the right place for you to be. We will train you and make sure you are a professional, not just any nail tech. At Chick Luxury Beauty Home, we train you to be your own boss. We have international trainers who train you to fit in anywhere in the world. We have our one-man training, and we also have 2 weeks. It's between 2 weeks to 1 month, depending on the individual. Whatever you want, we give it to you. At Chick Luxury Beauty Home, we give you quality yet affordable. So come and get trained and be your own boss.
Blackpot, Coco Show.
Yes, it's all about patriotism and not politics. We don't talk politics. What we talk is patriotism. This is the Blackpot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. And remember, the truth is an orphan. The truth is bitter, but it is healing. Any medicine that is not bitter is not healing. My grandfather used to tell me. So we stand alone. Pick up our numbers on the screen. Call us and do business with us. We would love to see your business prosper. Same way, when you do business with us, you give us the financial muscle to be able to rewire the minds of our people for the next generation and even this generation to get better. This is the Blackpot. And remember, via satellite, we are all over Africa and beyond. And we are the masters of Pan-Africanism on TV. Next thing I want to look at is this. What does it say? Watch this. President AKUFO-ADDO fingered in new state land grabbing. President AKUFO-ADDO fingered in new state land grabbing. We all saw Sir John, the dirty ghost, who stole so much land and gave to family and friends forever. It shook the foundations of this country. They did his funeral right there in Wonuo. Helicopters flew there in the Corona era. People were arm in arm, hugging and touching, relegating all coronavirus regulations to the background because one dirty ghost was going to be sent home. A ghost that never cared about the next generation. Land that was supposed to be reserved, he grabbed it as the boss of the forestry. What a shameless ghost. Well, it looks like Nanado himself is involved and fingered in this new state land grabbing. Watch this. And who is speaking? It's coming from Ghana Web. And this man is called Haruna Idrisu. He is the minority speaker in parliament. What is the story? Watch this. Stop your friend from redeveloping lands close to airport. Haruna Idrisu to AKUFO-ADDO. The minority leader in parliament, Haruna Idrisu, has charged the president of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO, to stop plans to give off some airport lands to private development since it endangers the country's national security. Speaking to Ghana Web on Wednesday, October 19, 2022, the lawmaker explained that he has been reliably informed that the private developer who has been giving those lands is allegedly a close friend of the president. Haruna Idrisu added that it makes it difficult to understand why the president would allow such lands, which are in a prime security enclave of the country, to be given out to private developers. He explained further that especially when employees of government institutions are paying rent in other areas, the land could rather be dedicated to offering them better accommodation in the future. The purpose of this press briefing is to task the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO, to call one of his friends to order. And why I've had to call this press briefing is because it is in the public interest and the national security of the country. Watch this. My attention has been drawn to an initiative by the Ministry of Agriculture working in cohort with the Lands Commission of Ghana to give away one of our land jewels on the Gifak Road, which used to house the Agric Mechanization Center, where those tractors and combine harvesters are normally brought in and sold to farmers and persons associated with the activities of agriculture. My brother, my sister, dash it away. So it's all about family and friends. It's moved from family. Gabi, Asado Chridakun, King Kong, Sir John, all the way down to friends. My brother, my sister, what is the truth in this? Do they respect the Ghanaian? Do they respect our heritage? Do they respect our security? I pray that Mr. President would hear this, especially that now he's losing his faculties. If this was a serious country, we would bring psychiatrists to check him so that we will understand exactly what Kwaku Bakun said. If he's lost it, we'll rest him. But no, we will worship him like a god. Titifua Busum. Well, my name is Blakk Rasta. When we return, we have more. Hey! Wayo!
Sister Paulina and a day after. You can't seminar, a better free. Abus chapter. Hey, babe! Sister Paulina, we're reading glasses here, China, Hebrews. Hey! Madam! Majempani. Tina Tet Hayan Herbal Capsule. A drawing Tina, but what to send me? Me ready, I mention glasses. Brody Bessie, see clear.
Hey, no crow. Tinatex High-End Herbal Capsules. A full supplement for good vision and not recommended for children below 12 years, asthmatic patients, pregnant and breastfeeding mothers.
A dry who baby at Tinatex Herbal Shop. Hey, now wait. Tinatex High-End. See clear.
There's ribbon on your long days. The moon shines brighter in the darkness.
Diana Wright, first of all, is a Jamaican. Yes, I'm a Jamaican. I was born in a little parish, a beautiful little parish called Clarendon, outside of Kingston. Everybody knows Kingston, but Clarendon is where I come from. I am a singer, I am an author, I am a songwriter, I am a poetess, and I am an actress. Right, I do the whole. I've been doing it for many years, and so basically that's who I am. I'm anything art, everything art. That's me. You think art and you think Diana. Yeah. I do reggae music. I do inspirational music. I do cultural music. I do gospel, if you call it gospel. You know, I just do uplifting, clean music. Even the 12-year-old can listen to it. you know, or the adult, if you feel like you need some motivation or so, the kind of music I do will really, you know, motivate you, and that's basically what I do, reggae predominantly. Okay, so the inspiration behind Bed of Roses is this. I actually, you know, bad to bad, as we say in Jamaica, there's that little stigma that has always been going on, that you know, most men are not good men, and you don't really have good men, especially like if they're poor and they can't take care of you. Women have 2 hands and 2 feet too, so you're not crippled, you know. You don't necessarily need somebody to take care of you. What you need is a man with a good heart who loves you and who will work with you so you can build an empire. So Bed of Roses is really in the defense of men, and so also to really rewrite the narrative that if a man is poor, he can't take care and that is not good. It's not good for you, which is a lie. You understand? So there are lots of men out there who don't have a lot of money, but they, you know, they are good and upright men. You know, they just want someone to work with them and someone to motivate them. And so that song was really, you know, to celebrate good men who don't necessarily have a lot of money.
Nice little ranch down the Ochi. Only for veggie where we plant, me not go hungry. Come and say, don't GMO in our pantry. Give me a firm foundation when no Sunday.
Bed of Roses is available to the public on our platform called 16 Bars Multimedia. So on the website it will be the 16BARS M.com. So that is 16barsmm.com. Definitely. I am available for live performances any day of the week. So you can contact me on, first of all, you can reach out to me on my Instagram as Empress Diana, and my Diana has 2 N's, so that's Empress, which is DIANNA, so that's Empress Diana, that's my IG. And also you can also, you know, send me a link or something on our YouTube. Our YouTube is the same name of our website, 16 Bars Multimedia. We have lots of work there. You can reach us there, and also you can reach us at 16barsmm@outlook.com. So that is 16. This time is the word all spelled out. 16barsmm@outlook.com. And if you choose, when you go on our website, which is the same 16barsmm.com, you can go to the contact page and send us a message. You understand? And usually we respond within a couple of hours. All right. So that's basically it. And I'm sure at the end of this, you will have a number somewhere to contact us. All right. So that's it. That's what I do. And you know, keep the music locked. Yes, I bless.
Nice little ranch down the Ochi. Only for veggie where we plant, me not go hungry. Come and say, don't GMO in our pantry. Give me a firm foundation.
Sorry. Oh, Doc. Yes, and you walk, Doc. I want to know why I did. We must why she. I've said, do I tell you, ma? No, say the young kukru. So your stomach was out, said the young. Had been so as I become. And then crying, meaning said, if you be forcing you know, I don't know.
Test results natural say when you malaria on the moji.
Yeah, 3D.
Yes, malaria. Nani yem no so we no here. Tinatet tomac and a tinatet malake. Famano nano ho betono.
Malake, anything at a tumac. I'm on my free.
Tinatet Malake, Eyama Ubia Wenya malaria fever, and a Tinatet Tomac mixture, Eyama Ubia Wenya indigestion. Yen Shishemus Wenya malaria and Sana Wafa Edri. Not recommended for children below 12 years. Pregnant or lactating mothers should consult a doctor.
Blackpot, Kokusho.
This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonum, where we speak truth to power. We don't do politics. What we do is called patriotism. The problem of this country is a problem of patriotism, and so many other African countries. As long as we become patriotic, that is it. We have no problem again. Because if you are patriotic, you won't steal from your country. You won't destroy your country. This is the Black Pot, aka Coco Show no more, where we speak truth to power. Next thing I want to look at is this. Watch it. Rolling up. And there it is. BAWUMIA only thinks shh. BAWUMIA only thinks shh. My brother, when the economy is sinking, people are dying. The man who promised us that he was coming to arrest the dollar and that he is the wisest economist in the world, wiser than any economist you would ever think about. Mahmoud BAWUMIA, comedian vice president of Ghana. Look at the headlines. In the midst of the economic crisis, we have increased access to toilet facilities from 33% to 59%. The joke is not even funny. They are booing your president. The dollar is now exchanging to the cedi at $1 to 15 Ghana cedis. And you are talking about increasing toilet facilities. Oh, what a joker. Let it be known that the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana has become the Minister of Toilet and Shit. Vice President Mahmoud BAWUMIA, as the guest speaker at the opening ceremony of the All Systems Go Forum, organized by the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources, has indicated that the government has shown its commitment to addressing the water and sanitation needs of Ghanaians whilst meeting the global goals for sustainable development. He noted that Ghana has achieved very significant gains in the areas of water, sanitation, and hygiene in the past 6 years by ensuring greater access for millions of Ghanaians to safe drinking water and toilet facilities. That's it away. So from arresting the dollar, now he's arresting worms and all those things. My brother, my sister, clap for the vice president. He has done well. Next thing, dash it away. Jokers in power. They do not want to be called jokers. Shop owners meet IGP. Now the IGP has also become an errand boy. The IGP is now running around. This is my very good friend. I love him. They have reduced him into an errand boy. He wants to see peace in the country. Right now, he stopped running after armed robbers and thieves and pickpockets and ganja smokers. He's running after people who have closed their shops to protest. He's begging them that if they don't come back, 1948 will be revisited. When shops were looted, Nana Addo has lost it. The favor that he had, the way people loved him when he came, he's lost it. I said this on Happy FM, DJ Advisors Show. Those of you who have access, it is still online. I said Nana Addo coming into the presidency was a disaster. It was a bad time for anybody to be president. COVID-19 and so many other things. You needed an anointed president, a very smart president to deal with it. You brought an old man. Now you've made him crazy. Watch this. Guta locks up shops in Accra. Patrons get stranded. Some patrons who went to the business enclaves in Accra to buy items yesterday, October 19, 2022, were left stranded because of the closure of shops by members of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Guta. Dejection, desperation, and frustration were the mood of the patrons, some of whom had traveled long distances to the business district in Accra, only to be met with locked up shops. The frustrated traders had to turn away in disappointment as they could not get access to the merchandise. My brother, my sister, When the Daily Graphic visited business enclaves such as Abosokai, the Central Business District CBD, and the Kwame Nkrumah Circle between 8 a.m. and 12 noon yesterday, it observed that the usual bustling atmosphere at those places was absent. What was the rationale? The closure of the shops by Guta members follows what they described as a killer business environment, which they said was negatively affecting their operations. Yet we have people around who say, oh, the president's duty is not to give employment, it's to create an atmosphere, the environment, a suitable one for businesses to thrive and employment to come out. They also demanded that the government reduce interest rates, addressing the depreciating cedi and increasing inflation rates. Dash it away. So this is why the IGP is going around visiting these people. So the IGP is actually going around from shop to shop, begging them to open in the name of God. No more in the name of the law. No guns and no ammunition. We beg you. We know this government has messed up. We know it's a useless government. Open for the sake of your brothers and sisters. Oh, Nanado. Oh my God. What a useless president. So that's the IGP. Going around. Do we have those slides? IGP going around visiting shops. He went to Kumasi. Do we have those slides? My brother, my sister, this is what is happening. Dash it away. Next thing I would like to look at is this. And that's the last one. And I'll be gone. The president of Ghana is Nana AKUFO-ADDO. The president of the United Kingdom, where they don't call them presidents, but prime ministers, was TRUSS until a few hours ago. The woman came in. Gender balance, gender balance. It's all about the gender balance. And brought, for the very first time, unprecedented, her neighbor, a superficial black man, Kwesi Kwarteng, black in skin, white inside. He's lived with white people, so he only understands white language. Black people are fighting for their rights. Oh, these are cartoon characters. You know? He became the finance minister for the first time. 3 weeks to 4 weeks later, he was sacked like a goat. Go! By this same prime minister, after he goofed, bringing policies that can only work in the grave. They saw him as a finance guru. He disgraced himself and disgraced those people who claim that he's black. My brother, my sister, that's the news. UK Prime Minister TRUSS resigns days after Kwesi Kwarteng's sack. TRUSS has resigned as Prime Minister of the UK some 45 days after she took office. 45-day-old Prime Minister. The heat is too much in the kitchen. So why is Nanado still here? If your colleagues are resigning, why are you still here? Kwesi Kwarteng reportedly announced, amongst other things, a £43 billion package of unfunded tax cuts in his mini budget, a decision that is said to have caused panic in the financial markets, affecting the pound whilst increasing government borrowing costs and leading to a withdrawal of some offers for home purchase loans by lenders. After much pressure to reverse his fiscal plan, which rattled markets and created an uproar among politicians, he was sacked by TRUSS. This comes about a week after UK-born Ghanaian Chancellor of the Exchequer, Kwesi Kwarteng, was sacked and amid fallout from the mini-budget presented before the UK Parliament. I recognize Given the situation, I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party. I have spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party, she reportedly said in a resignation speech to the British populace. Dash it away. When the kitchen gets it hot, get out. Wailing souls. When the kitchen gets hot, just get out. This is where the fittest will survive, not weaklings like Nana AKUFO-ADDO, misfits like AKUFO-ADDO. In fact, that is the law of natural what? Selection. The law of natural selection will work right now, and it's working. Misfits will be wiped out like Nana AKUFO-ADDO. Come along. They will be wiped out. The whole world is suffering the same conditions. Why are some able to float and some are sinking? It depends on your navigation skills in the water, right? Those who cannot swim shall sink. Those who cannot swim must think about how they can get a certain level of flotation. Our country is not thinking about that. So our country has sunk to the very bottom of the thing, deeper than every other nation. Out of the 148 nations, Ghana is the worst economically. To God be the glory. I'm gone. Hey! Wayo! Wayo!